So this just came out in the last few days. This Heidi Mueller, she's now heading up DCFS. Yeah, this isn't going to be any good. Yeah, it's just not. Because of what it says, who previously served as director of the Illinois Department of Juvenile Justice. Yeah, no, it won't. It's the same problem. The Pritzker point. Okay, it is the same damn thing they all do. So there's no politicians in Illinois that I really, most especially Cook County, but that I would trust. Maybe way out in the farm, way in the farmland somewhere. Maybe you could trust some local, but otherwise, no way. Not on the Republican side, not on the Democrat. So both sides praised this appointment. It's like, are you politicians in Illinois this fucking stupid? You're just that corrupt, aren't you? You all are. And then some Rich Miller, who's supposedly criticized DCFS for years. No, I have for years. Not that I have a newspaper or write a column or anything, but no, I know, and yet he's praising this. No, look, the nun that for her first hospital I was at, the nun that headed up that place, that's still there. She's the head of their residentials. She was the CEO when I was at the acute hospital 12 years ago, where all that nightmare happened. So she knew what was going on. She was directly involved. She came from juvenile justice too, and she was trash. This one will be the same. It'll be worse actually. Like that's where my heart just drops, because it'll be worse. So this is part of the problem. Like, we really just need the military to come in and arrest the Pritzkers and arrest these people, because they're never going to leave. And as long as they're allowed to stay, we are not in Illinois for sure. Like, this idea that people have that, we'll go get involved at your local level. That's not going to do enough to help these kids. We need actual military to come in. Really, if the goal of any administration, is to do what is in the best interest of children, then you can't expect to wait 20 years to fix the system by voting, everyday people. People don't have the money to run. All this time that is wasted is more children getting hurt. So I don't support any leader that's if that is what their plan is that, well, it'll just take time. The people have to step. Yeah, that's not going to happen. It's not. People need to be arrested. I mean, there's a ton of things Pritzker should be arrested for. These governors know they should be arrested, like Whitmer in Michigan. We're sick of it. This is not. And so when I see this Rich Miller, I don't know if he's a columnist. I think he is. It's like, you know what? You're just as trashy as Chicago Tribune. And that reporter I talked to 12 years ago, that she didn't even want to do the right thing. But it's always going to be like this. And they're going to make it out like, this is a good appointment. And both the Republicans and Democrats support this. Yeah, because they're all corrupt. Okay, it will not change. It would take God Almighty to ascend down or descend onto Illinois and wipe these scumbags off the planet. Or it would take the military going in and arresting these people. Like, it's been long enough. I try to remain positive. I do. But here's the thing. I don't want to hear how America's going to be great again unless children can be kept safe. Yeah, because we can wrap ourselves around the delusion of that. But until this is addressed, because that should be the number one priority. It really should. People may not like hearing that, but it's the truth. Especially if you're somebody that believes in the Bible. God, over and over again, Jesus talked about, no, you stand up for the weak. You stand up for the innocent. You stand up for children. That's the number one thing to God. God doesn't care about your paycheck. God doesn't care about, how much money you want to make because a certain president gets in. God doesn't, it's not that he doesn't care. What he wants, though, is to see that you're going to step up for what is right. Like, so to me, God controls the prosperity of a country. He really does, because he'll put protection on that country. That's what he's done for us. It's why we've prospered. But this has been long in the making, that even while we've prospered, these children, and granted, most of the public doesn't know, they still don't, but there needs to be a reckoning here. This slow roll of people waking up, it's bullshit. At this point, you don't, like, somebody needs to do something. Otherwise, there's nobody that can make it better again. Because you can't just ignore this. Okay, and I had wrote Trump about this when he was in office, when I had written him about the DCFS program in Illinois. Not that he could, but I thought since he was doing something about trafficking, I'm like, maybe, I would like him to know about this, because it's bothersome. It should bother people that this is going on, but most will remove themselves. There's nothing they can do. So for every kid that, the increase in suicide, and it's these people. This Heidi Mueller is garbage. She came from juvenile justice. That's a totally secret court. Yeah, so, and I already seen what a nun was like, so she's not going to be any different. They all are in the same circles. Obama and Bill Ayers, the terrorists from University of Illinois, Chicago, they were all tied in with this juvenile justice too. So it's very secretive. She's not going to be any better, but then who would expect her, anybody that Pritzker appoints, to be better? Yeah, Pritzker needs to be arrested. A bunch of people in Illinois need to be arrested. And the bullshit politicians, the Republicans and Democrats, that continue to want to act like, oh, this is going to make everything different. No, they're just kicking the fucking can down the road is all they're doing. Oh, we thought it would work. No, you're losers, and you don't have an ability to make things better. So you all need to be removed, because children should be put first. Yeah, I would just really like to see a leader that can actually put children first. That's what I would really be just thrilled about. But yeah, no, everybody we want to worry about taxes, and yeah, taxes suck. I mean, they're screwing us all over. But in all honesty, the best way we could help this country is to have leadership that puts these children that don't have guardians first, above all else. That would be pleasing to God, I believe. And that would then bring much blessings upon our country, more than we've ever seen before. If we, the American people, actually would put children that don't have a guardian, put them first, make them more important than everything else. That this is the number one thing that needs to be addressed. And not just, we'll get some people in and out through the years. No. Politicians can't change this. Most of them in Illinois in Chicago need to be arrested. The paper needs to be shut down. It's a propaganda tool that doesn't do the right thing, or at least needs to be disregarded as something legit, like the Chicago Tribune. Because they've been all of them have been involved in what, in my opinion, criminal activity. And hopefully a lot on videotape, I'm hoping one day comes out. But this slow roll, no, these kids have suffered enough. So in my opinion, no, it's time. The military needs to step in. It's children's lives that are at stake. Yeah, so that's the most important thing.